It's a holiday here in Malaysia. This is an Indian holiday celebrating Thaipusam, which is a holiday that commemorates, well, you can look that up. But as you can see, there's a lot of decoration. Apparently the color yellow has a lot to do with this holiday. I see yellow t-shirts for sale. Lots of people are wearing yellow t-shirts. I've seen small children with yellow powder on their head. And luckily, I'm wearing a yellow shirt also, quite by chance. Wearing a yellow shirt, many people have mistaken me for Indian, as I'm sure you can imagine. One of my favorite Malay words is dobi, which means laundry. I've been living in Kuala Lumpur for 5 years, and now, for the very first time, I've discovered that I am completely lost. I have no idea where I am. I was over in Little India because it's a public holiday, it's a public Indian holiday, and somehow heading back to the train station I took a wrong turn. So now I'm just wandering aimlessly through downtown Kuala Lumpur looking for some landmarks that I can find to get me back to a train station, but we'll see what happens. This looks like it could be an important piece of something. Hopefully not the building I'm standing next to. Here's an update. We're still lost, but I think I know where we are. But it's not going to do us any good because we can't get out of here. We're actually underneath the train station. Not exactly in a tunnel, but right next to a tunnel that leads right into the KL Central commuter station. So if we can get upstairs, we should be able to get out of here. Okay, no luck with getting upstairs. Apparently this is a place for commuter train workers to park, and there's no access to pedestrians at all. So I'm going to continue forward. I'm not going to turn back yet until we run out of sidewalks. Usually, wherever you find a sidewalk, it means that it leads somewhere. So we're going to continue following the sidewalks and see where we end up. And where we end up is right here. So this is apparently as far as we can go without actually walking on a 3-lane highway. So I think what's going to happen is I'll just turn around and head back the way I came to the area known as Brickfields and see if I can find out where I went wrong. Once you get off the tourist areas or the downtown area, Kuala Lumpur is just like any other big city. It's got its highways and areas where nobody walks because there's no place to walk to. This is one of those places now. It's got a nice sidewalk alongside a 4-lane highway. But the sidewalk is pretty useless because there's nothing for a human to actually walk to on this sidewalk. But hopefully, after that Pusat Bandar sign back there, that means town center. I'll just hang a left up here, follow the cars, and I'll be back where I started, I think. In Malaysia, when you stick la on the end of something, it means like do it right away, like okay la, stop talking or something like that. Duduk la, sit down already. If you're from Sabah or Sarawak, you might stick a ba on there, B-A-H. The meaning is pretty much the same. Okay, further update. We are found again. I'm not exactly sure where we are, but I see some landmarks and there's lots of sidewalks that I'm following, so I know they lead somewhere. We'll find out in a little while where they go. Well, there's the problem. When we got to the elephants, we went left and should have kept going straight. Okay, as you can see, we're back in the Brickfields area. This is also an area in the KL known as Little India. And pretty soon we'll be at a train station. Okay, now that we've found where we're supposed to be, we're going to get on the monorail and go over to an area of town called Imdi and maybe get a coffee or something. Okay, we just stepped off the monorail, and the longer I live here, the more I realize that the monorail is really, well, I guess I should say, a tourist form of transportation. If you live in Kuala Lumpur or if you work here, I can't think of very many reasons why you would take the monorail. It doesn't go that many places, it's very expensive, and it's slow, especially on weekends. It's just crawling with tourists. I should talk, right? But the most efficient form of transportation in Kuala Lumpur is the LRT and the MRT. These are light rail trains that go a lot more places, and they're very cheap. Of course, if you're good at figuring out bus schedules, buses are by far the most comprehensive form of transport in KL, but they're also subject to a lot of the problems that you have with Kuala Lumpur traffic. Okay, this is Bukit Bintang. This is probably the biggest tourist area within Kuala Lumpur. Bukit Bintang means Star Hill. There's actually a mall called Star Hill Mall right down the street from here. When I started the walk this morning, I didn't intend it to be a tour of Kuala Lumpur, but it looks like that's what it's turning into. Anyway, right now we're headed towards the KL Towers, or Petronas Towers. We're taking the ground level, we're not taking the train. And when we get there, we're going to hop on the train, go back to KL Central, and then probably back to my hotel. You never know what fantastic adventures will happen between now and then. Alright, I don't know about you, but those floors do not look symmetrical to me. I think they got the guy that builds all the steps here in Kuala Lumpur to design that building. Okay, we're at KLCC now, and I think I'm just going to get on the train and head back to the hotel. So I'm going to say thanks for watching, and if you like these videos, just please subscribe.